going to start with a provocative question. Do we have childcare deserts or do we have a data problem? The answer is yes to both. When mom's looking for childcare, she needs to identify an available seat for her 1-year-old and her 4-year-old in a childcare program near her home or her work that she can afford. And she needs that information now, today. But we can rarely give her that information because our current childcare supply data is based on the data we have, not the data that we need. The problem is the data we use to estimate supply is licensed capacity or publicly funded slots or provider surveys. But none of these sources are tracking available seats in a childcare program by age of child at any specific point in time. So our supply data is an educated guess, and it's a pretty broad brush educated guess, which is simply not good enough to address the problem. The good news is that Opportunities Exchange believes this is a problem with a solution, and it's a space where industry innovators can lead. We're a small nonprofit consulting firm. And since 2009, we've been working on early care and education policy and finance, helping small child care programs deal with daunting fiscal and administrative issues. We've learned from these small business owners about the many challenges that they face and about just how broken the early care and education business model is. And we've been working on reinventing childcare through shared services and most recently by harnessing the power of technology and partnering with the technology sector, as well as many leading early care and education organizations to test and scale new ideas. We're currently working on it with a group of tech vendors and policymakers to craft a protocol for collecting data on vacancies in early childhood programs by age of child in near real time. Our goal is to create an industry standard that can be scaled across all early care education settings, regardless of who funds or regulates them. So the idea is to start at the point of service delivery, to collect data on children and staff as they check in and out of programs every day with child care management software, and then to feed these data up. We hope to have a protocol ready for testing soon, and when we get it right, then we can begin to craft a plan to scale it. This is super exciting work. I think it's one of the most important things OpEx is working on right now. So what does this mean for our friends in the field, for organizations like Build that also want to support early educators, small businesses, and families? Well, number one, it means to stop shying away from new technology and to begin promoting the use of childcare management software. You may know these products by their brand names: ProCare, Brightwheel, Lilio, Playground. There are lots of good off-the-shelf products, childcare management software. Honestly, we don't care what brand someone picks. We're not pushing any particular vendor. We're not encouraging expansion of any for-profit venture. What we're saying is that it's time for early care and education to benefit from a technology transformation. And we're promoting technology as a tool that's a win-win for families, for providers, and for states. If every provider had access to child care management software and they were using it for all children and all families, it would be a huge boost. Parents would have the data they want, small childcare businesses would be much more easier to run, and the government could get the data that it needed quickly and efficiently. So that's number one, encourage use of technology. Number two, we want folks that are engaged in coaching with sites to start thinking intentionally about linking your coaching to childcare management software. These tools are very powerful. They basically are business in a box for early care and education programs, and they can track everything these programs are doing. So we want you to help providers harness the power of these tools and to really empower them to use them as a tool to help make decisions. And by the way, coaches can also use childcare management software. The vendors are building dashboards for coaches to help them better understand data and to better help them understand their coaching and how it impacts providers. Technology is a powerful tool. Let's help the early care and education field embrace technology and move toward a technology transformation.